right, we'd like to welcome our listeners in to our new school sports podcast. We're calling it Sunbright Spotlight. Our season kicks off this Friday, and we've got a couple of football players here. I'll let them introduce themselves in a minute and just kind of spotlight our team and our sports that are going on this season and for the school year. So I'm with
Riley Arteji.
Stetson Patton.
and y'all are both football players. What position y'all play?
I play corner and safety.
Receiver and outside linebacker.
Sweet. So we've got a couple of questions. Also, co-host, can't forget Coach Langley, Coach Tyler Langley. So a couple of questions that we want to ask y'all before we head into the new season. How are y'all feeling about heading into the first game?
Great, man. Worked all off season. Working hard, man. It's been rough, but it's gonna be there. I promise you. Everybody there will see it. Oh,
Good.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about this Friday too. We've been putting in hard work all off season.
Sweet.
So, what's been the biggest focus during y'all's off-season practices so far?
Well, for me, it was the running routes as a receiver and the coverages as corner and safety.
What about you, Riley?
just getting ready for lookout, man. First game of the season, you gotta focus in.
So first game of the season's a home game. Students get in free now. We're hoping to pack the house. Are y'all gonna put on a show for us? Is that the plan?
It is.
Yes, sir.
Sweet. So let's talk about your team and y'all's teammates. Who's one teammate that you think is going to surprise you this year? Somebody that's been putting in extra work, or somebody that's just maybe a stud that nobody saw it coming.
I mean, from like a stud that nobody sees coming standpoint, I see Eric more than anything.
And who's Eric? Remind our listeners who Eric is.
Eric is running back 1, plays outside linebacker. He's a dog, number 4. I mean, everybody's gonna know who that kid is. I promise you.
Awesome. Who would you say?
I think it'd be Jackson Newport. He's number 15.
Yeah.
Plays corner and receiver,
And he's a freshman.
and he's a freshman.
Sweet.
So, talking about this year versus last year, how do y'all think this year will be different from last year?
Well, since we switched regions and all, it'll be a whole bunch of different teams we've never played before. And we got new coaches now, and we've done a lot of different stuff as far as like our offense-wise and defense-wise.
You got anything to add, Riley?
Yeah, it's just the culture, man. Sunbright football, man. It's back.
Is it really?
It's
Well,
back.
good. And I think our fans love to hear that. And I think the coaches will be tickled to hear that y'all are bought in and enjoying the program and the way things are going. Along with that culture thing, it comes with obviously good coaches, but also comes with guys in the locker room. So who would you say is the loudest guy in the locker room?
Like just loud, just obnoxious. Just
Well, let's do both. Let's say loud and obnoxious, and then let's say like biggest voice.
all right. So I mean, if we're getting hot, like pregame, we're about to run out. It's Bryson Lane. He's always so like energetic and loud. But if we're talking, we're just sitting there before practice, getting ready. It's Ozzy for sure.
I can agree with Ozzy for sure.
Stetson, do you think the same?
Yeah, I think the same.
Those are the same two guys
Yeah.
in both situations?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, when you guys are preparing pregame before a game, is there routines you like to do? Is there superstition? Is maybe something Coach Stevens likes the whole team to do? Anything in particular?
Well, on Thursdays after practice, we all have like a Bible study meeting before our game on Friday.
Sweet. Anything else y'all do before game or day before game? What about do any of y'all put like a lucky penny in your cleat or something?
No.
No, none of that. You don't wear like certain color underwear or something.
Do you know somebody on the team that does something in particular?
Well, I wear certain color underwear every game day.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Zayden, now he eats a whole bag of cheeseburger sunflower seeds before every game.
Before every game.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I guess it could be worse. You could eat something like junk food or something. So sunflower seeds ain't too bad. So okay, y'all are saying you're prepared, you're ready for Lookout Valley, first game of the year. What are you expecting from them? Y'all have obviously watched film. Coaches have told you about this team. What are y'all expecting from them?
It's gonna be a dogfight. I'm not saying they're coming down here to get whipped, but they're I promise you, with everything in me, they're going down Friday.
All right. So the fire's gonna be there.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, we both went 0-10 the last season. We both went 0-10, so I think it's going to come down to whoever wants the win more.
Yeah.
And I think we want it more than they do.
And that's a good point. I like that.
So, if you could speak to the next generation, the next Sunbright High School football players coming up, coming up through middle school, and even the little league players, what's a message you guys would like to send them?
I'd say don't ever give up on playing football, because once it's gone, you can never get it back.
And that seems to have been an issue that we've had, but it seems like I was just bragging on you boys for wanting to come on and talk. Y'all's 8th grade year, I would have never thought that y'all would be in this position y'all are in right now. And to see that is awesome. Y'all are captains in the locker room, leaders of y'all's team. And it's been great to see, and I've really enjoyed that over these past couple of years.
I believe our culture has shifted in a very positive way
Yes.
in recent times, and I love that for Sunbright in every sport, everything we do, and even academics and everything else as well.
Yeah, and you're starting to see more school pride too. Our football guys are coming out to our basketball games. Our basketball guys and all of our middle school, they're all coming to football games. So I agree. I think the school culture and the pride's definitely coming back, and that's a good thing. All right, so we've kind of asked you all of our football questions, so we kind of want to ask y'all something, a couple of silly questions, see what y'all think. You know everybody on the team. If there's one player on your team that would survive in a zombie apocalypse, who would it be?
All right, hear me out. Nathan Cromwell.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Why is that?
It's the mindset. He's always there.
Okay. One thing about Nathan I love, he's always going to show up to school just iced out.
Yes.
Like, he showed up the other day, I swear, he had 15 chains around his neck. And then he's got this fedora hat on with a Hawaiian shirt, and we're like, dude, what are we doing?
It's the fits, man. He's there every time.
So he's surviving a zombie apocalypse.
100%.
Who's your pick, Stetson?
I'd have to go with Braden Carroll.
Okay. Any reasons why?
He's our middle linebacker, probably the hardest hitter we got on the team.
So you're saying he's going to be laying out some zombies? Is what you're saying? Okay.
So, okay, Coach Langley, who would you say out of the football coaches who's surviving a zombie apocalypse?
Well, Coach Jesse's filming for us. So I guess I got to say it's him, right?
No offense to Coach Jesse, but I'm going Drake Nicholas. He's always locked in. He's always just locked in. And I think he could outrun everybody if it came down to running away from him. He's fit, all that good stuff. But I'm going Coach Nicholas, definitely. Yeah.
We're going coaches. I'm taking Coach Eddie.
Coach Eddie?
Yeah.
Hey, that's also a good pick.
Yeah, and coaches, mine is either Coach Mick or Coach Eddie.
Coach Eddie, yeah. Well, that's all the questions that we had. We're going to try to interview Coach Stevens here in the next little bit. We appreciate y'all coming on. Go tell all the boys that you had a good time. Maybe we'll get some more football players for next Friday's game and try to get this thing out every Friday.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to add to the podcast today?
Be at the game Friday.
We need a packed house. Everybody come out and watch.
I think so. I think that's what's going to happen. What do you think, Coach?
I hope so. I think it will. I think there's a good vibe. There's a good energy. And, I think coaching, we've got lots of good coaches all through our school right now. I've got lots of good teachers and great community overall. I just think it's a great community overall.
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, y'all have bought in and you've made big gains in the weight room and on the field, and y'all's coaches are bragging about y'all every day. So, I'm really excited to see what we do. But gotta want it, like you said. You gotta want it. Anything else? Are we good? All right.
Be there Friday night.
All right, we'd like to welcome Coach Bradley Stevens. He's the head coach of our football team, and we're going to kind of talk about the game Friday and expectations and those kinds of things. So we appreciate you coming, Coach. How are you feeling heading into the first game?
Hey, man, we're excited. Kids are working hard. There's going to be some nerves, especially that hit tomorrow, but we're excited. Kids are working hard, and it's a great opportunity for them to get things going in a positive direction. It's not about winning right now. It's about learning how to compete. It's about showing that we believe in ourselves and in each other. Our theme right now, and has been for a couple weeks, we had a Thursday devotion that we keep bringing up to our kids. Where there's work, there's profit.
Yeah.
Where there's lip service, there's poverty. So we're not going to talk big talk. we're going to go out every night and we're going to just prove, hey, we deserve to be here. We deserve to be on the same field with every team we play this year, and we look forward to competing with those teams.
Yeah. Well, your message is definitely getting through. We had Riley and Stetson on earlier, and they're definitely fired up, ready for the game, complimenting coaches and just how, this whole process they've kind of locked in and they're ready to compete. So they're definitely excited for that.
Yeah. So, what would you say if you had to say what's been your biggest focus this offseason in practice so far?
Changing our mindset. When we talk about flipping a culture again, it's just about believing in yourselves and believing in each other that, things are not going to be easy. We don't want it to be easy. The harder you work at anything, the harder it is to surrender. And just, again, having kids that are willing to fight through no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what cards were dealt. Just understand that if you endure till the end, it's going to be worth it. So just understanding, that whatever you work for or whatever you put in is what you expect to get out of it. So that's just flipping the culture.
Yeah, that's a good message for the kids. We asked Riley and Stetson some of these questions, and now we're going to ask you, and we want to know if y'all's answers are similar or opposite. We want to kind of see if y'all are on the same page. So one thing we asked them was, who's one teammate of theirs, one of your players, that is going to surprise everybody?
Well, it's hard to, as a coach, it's hard to put out one kid.
Yeah, when everybody's working
because
hard.
Everyone's working so hard.
Yeah,
right. I will say, yesterday, this one kid came to my mind. So yesterday, I'm going to say it. Eric DeMarco, yesterday, our kids are held to a very high standard. And I understand that this game is a game and life happens. But he had to miss practice. And under our policy, there's consequences to that. Just like for me, if I don't go to work, I'm not going to get a paycheck. So for him, he had a little bit of an extra conditioning segment with me, and it was rough. It got their attention. But after his conditioning session, I told him, I said, all right, man, you're finished. Go get your pads on, get a drink. But before he would even go get his drink, he went back and was encouraging the other kids that had that same thing. So that stuck out to me. I think that's a sign of a good leader that cares more about his team finishing than going to get his own drink, after he just went through it. So that spoke a lot. So there's one kid that I have fairly high hopes for. I think he's a great addition to our football team. I think he's a phenomenal athlete. And I think that he's going to be a good leader for us.
Sweet.
So, talking about, which I know this is your first year here, but just hearing about, maybe previous years from maybe some of the boys, how would you say this year is going to be different than the past years? What do you think some positive things that maybe some of the past years, maybe the boys, maybe they'll show it this year. Maybe the past couple of years they've struggled to. Maybe they've made some improvements, over time.
I was here for a few games last season when Coach Shannon got back down here. He asked me to spot for him up in the box. And one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to continue to be a part of this is I saw a group of young men that were hungry to achieve anything. And this is not to belittle our kids, but last season in the locker room before games, their goals were get a stop on defense or get a first down on offense. Very little things, but they were hungry to accomplish those goals. And so I think that this year the biggest change is going to be, I think we still have that hunger, but it's time to eat.
Right.
It's time to actually go and eat.
Yeah.
And take advantage of opportunities, with teams on our schedule to actually have success. And I think that moving forward, success is the biggest recruiter of any school. Success is the biggest, encouragement to any team. So I think that that's what we got to do. We got to take that hunger and we got to go eat. It's time to go get some things done this season.
So you got two options here. All right, so we're talking about who's the loudest guy in the locker room. So Riley says like obnoxious and like just like crazy, or like loudest guy like vocally. And I said, okay, let's just do both. So obnoxiously loud.
The loudest guy, I won't say obnoxious, but very, very loud and free spirited is Ozzy.
Correct.
Same answer.
Ozzy is the loudest individual, but it's a good loud. I mean, kids feed off his energy. And then I think from a leader standpoint, a vocal standpoint, I think Josh will be a good guy there. I think that he tries hard. Josh has some swag. He has some arrogance and some confidence. That if we get everything going in a positive direction, I think that he's a leader that carries his voice carries in the way.
And I'll say during just watching like Aussie in basketball camps, I've noticed he's probably one of the best communicators you have, just with his vocalness.
We started a new trend where we had this big old chain, like a Miami turnover chain, and the hardest worker but most vocal, whoever shows leadership qualities would get that chain. Well, Aussie, he was just by far, and I talked with my assistant coach and then with the boys, and I said, who are we thinking? And everybody pointed at Aussie. Yeah. And so when the boys said that, I said, I could definitely see that.
Absolutely.
The boys also mentioned Bryson Lay. That's it. That was.
I think that Bryson's a good leader. I think that which Riley's probably one of the best leaders that I've coached, and I've coached for a long time. As far as like wanting to be the example, never missing, always being on time, always putting in extra work. He's a very good leader. Talking about everything I just said made a good leader. We have a freshman, Jackson Newport, that will be a stud.
Yeah,
because he is a born to be leader. I mean, he is just born to be a leader. It doesn't matter how hot practices is, or how hard things have been. He's running full sprints up and down the field after practice. We had a tough practice. It's been a few weeks ago. We had a tough practice, chewed on him. After practice, he's running sprints up and down the field. Then he comes over behind the bleachers and starts helping spreading hay because we were still doing that job. He's just willing to do anything. During the summer, would go to basketball for you all and then come back for football, no matter what.
Yeah.
So I think, right now he's still young and learning, but he's going to be a stud.
Yeah, I can agree for sure.
So do you have any pre-game routines, rituals, superstitions? How do you prepare before games?
Oh, well, just fight nerves. From the moment
sounds familiar.
I told Coach King today, driving down, I said, I don't know why. It's only Thursday. But I was feeling it this morning. I'm like, man, I'm going to get sick.
Yeah.
Just fight nerves, and it's not a nervous in a bad way. It's just you want so bad for your team to have the opportunity to capitalize on the hard work, because no matter who it is and who your opponent is, they're not going to come in and roll over and let it be easy. And your kids can work extremely hard, and the fact is, and in any competition, they could still lose.
Yeah.
So it's tough because you want what you feel like your team deserves, but understand that nothing's given.
Right.
So just fight nerves all day, which, in my current job, that's not going to be an issue. You don't have time to think about the nerves. That'll help.
Yeah.
And then, for the longest time, about 15 minutes before we go in and talk to our kids, just thank the Lord for giving us the opportunity. So that's the one thing that I have always done, and I will continue to do. It's just I am very thankful to be a part of this. And I'm blessed to be surrounded by young men that have a desire to change, and I have the best coaching staff I feel like I could ever ask for. So I think that'll all help fight those nerves as well.
Sweet. So Lookout Valley Friday. Tyler, you may have to figure out history-wise here. Have we ever played Lookout Valley?
I know they have in the past. I'm not sure.
But it's been a while.
We played them in the playoffs my senior year,
Okay.
but that was, forever
That
ago.
was 25 years ago.
Yeah, yes. 2011.
Okay.
All right, 2011.
But it's been a while since we've played them. So
I believe so. I believe so.
Yeah. So what are thoughts on the Lookout Valley this Friday? Thoughts on them?
Well, like I said, it's not going to be easy.
Yep.
And they're a tough looking team. They're a scrappy team, but very similar to us in ways of, their numbers aren't great. They have mid-20s like we do. Our styles are very, very different but similar in certain aspects. They're a 3-4 team, and we're a multiple defensive team, so we can get in a 3-4 at any time. They're a 3-4 team, but they're going to send a lot of pressure that our kids have got to pick up. That's a worry when you have such young players. Especially we was talking the other day in our offensive line. We have one senior, but that one senior's played football for 2 years. So we have a group of sophomore and freshmen up front. It's going to be difficult, and that's where the coaches have got to be special, and we've got to put our kids in positions to be successful, no matter what they're doing. Take a look at what they're giving us and take advantage of it. And then, offensively, they run option, and that's scary because now you have to trust 15, 16-year-old young men to not only have paid attention Monday through Thursday, but now they got to go out and execute. And this person's been assigned quarterback. This person's been assigned dive. This one's option or pitch. And that's scary because everybody, one of the toughest things to coach in football is eye discipline. Everybody wants to watch one thing, and that's the quarterback or the ball, instead of watching their keys or reading their keys or, being patient for what could come back to you or what you're actually responsible for. And we tell our kids, we love your effort and energy wanting to get to the ball, but that's not what you're responsible for this week. So that's just tough. It's tough to coach against, but we're excited. We think our kids are ready, and we look forward to it.
If you could leave a message for Sunbright community or upcoming players, middle school players, Little League Sunbright players, what would be a message you'd like to leave for everybody?
Man, first and foremost to the community or to anyone nearby, come and support these kids. They are like I said, they're hungry. They want it. They deserve people to get behind them and believe in them because they have worked harder than anyone, or just as hard as anyone. So just support them. And then to anyone upcoming, it's about to get a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, sorry. And you're going to want to be a part of it. So don't miss out on it.
So, we asked all the players similar questions. We also asked them this question, and this has nothing to do with football, but we just want to see if the answers align. Coaches, exclude coaches. We'll do them next. Players. One player on your team that would survive a zombie apocalypse. Who would it be and why?
Honestly, I think they're in trouble.
So nobody's surviving, right?
That involves a lot of processing skills,
right?
KJ, he's a warrior.
KJ,
he's tough, man.
Yeah.
KJ.
Okay. Good answer. Who did the boy say? I was trying to remember while he was thinking.
Nathan Cromwell.
Nathan Cromwell. Probably said Nathan Cromwell and Braden, Stetson said Braden Carroll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Braden's tough.
Now, what about coaches? Your coaching staff, can't say yourself. Who's surviving a zombie apocalypse?
Man, Keith Shannon.
That's what I figured.
Keith Shannon.
Any reason why?
He's the baddest dude I've ever.
Well, anything else you'd like to add before we end the podcast today?
No, I thank y'all for having me up here. It's been
Well,
fun.
we're glad to have you and all of our coaching staff, our community, teachers, everybody. I mean, we love having you guys here. Of course, we just getting to grow relationships together. I think our football coaching staff is great. Got a lot of good people on it, and
We're talking about
So-
also the culture and school spirit and things. How everything's just getting better and better. And,
Yeah.
you know, we're really expecting to pack the stadium tomorrow and everybody be there and
Absolutely.
and have a good student section, those kinds of things. So we're all fired up, ready for football season.
Absolutely. Go Tigers.
We appreciate
Thank
y'all
you,
tuning
Coach.
in. Thank you, Coach. Have a good one.